It was a typical day shift at the funeral home, the air filled with a solemn quiet that comes with preparing for a funeral. I busied myself setting up the room, arranging flowers and chairs, and ensuring everything was perfect for the grieving family. As I moved to prepare the body in the adjacent room, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Out of the corner of my eye, I kept catching glimpses of a figure lurking in doorways or at the edges of the room. Each time my heart would race, but whenever I turned to look directly, there was nothing there. The unsettling feeling gnawed at me, but I convinced myself it was just the stress from the job. As the day wore on, the sightings became more frequent. The figure seemed to edge closer every time, yet it always vanished when I tried to confront it. The sense of dread grew stronger, but I pushed through, insisting it was just my imagination. A few days later, I was scheduled for the night shift. The funeral home was eerily quiet after dark, the dim lighting casting long shadows that seemed to dance on the walls. I busied myself with paperwork, trying to ignore the creeping dread that had taken root in my mind. As midnight approached, I felt an inexplicable pull toward the cellar, where we stored bodies for upcoming funerals. I tried to brush it off, but the sensation grew stronger, an almost magnetic force drawing me down to the narrow staircase. My heart pounded in my chest as I descended, the air growing colder with each step. The cellar was dimly lit, the overhead bulbs casting a sickly yellow glow. Rows of caskets lined the walls, each one marked with the name of a deceased person. I walked slowly, my footsteps echoing in the confined space. I approached the casket for the next funeral, intending to prepare the body a little, but as I drew closer, my breath caught in my throat. There, engraved on the polished wood, was my own name. A chill ran down my spine as I stared at the letters, disbelief and terror whirring within me. Before I could react, a cold hand grasped my shoulder. I spun around, expecting to see the shadowy figure that had haunted me, but there was nothing. The air grew icy, and the room seemed to darken. The casket lid creaked open, and I felt an invisible force pulling me towards it. I struggled, but my movements were sluggish, as if I were wading through molasses. With a final desperate effort, I tried to break free, but it was too late. The force pulled me into the casket, the lid slamming shut above me. Darkness enveloped me, and the air grew thin. I could feel the presence of the ghost all around me, its cold, spectral hands tightening around my throat. As my vision faded and my breath grew shallow, I realized the horrifying truth. The shadowy figure had been a harbinger of my own doom, drawing me towards my final resting place. The funeral home, which had once been a place of solace for the grieving, had now become my tomb. The whispers and shadows would haunt this place forever, a chilling reminder of the fate that had befallen me. And as the darkness closed in, I knew I had just become another lost soul, trapped within this funeral home.